staring straight ahead. That's part of it too. You don't even look at it. There's nobody fucking there as far as I'm concerned. It implores the use of reverse psychology. The trick behind the move is that it doesn't have a greater than 0% success rate, but it's about tricking myself into not caring that it has that 0% success. So I am balls deep in this plan. I've basically forgotten her. And she decides to throw me for a loop and talk to me, right? And I don't want to say I didn't know what to do because women never talk to me, but I also want you to know what's going on in the story, so I kind of have to tell you that I didn't know what to do because women never talk to me. So she starts talking to me, and I'm like, all right, dude, it doesn't mean she's into you, but it could. So, you know, if you play your cards right, you may get her number, which is like step 1 of 3. Step 1, get her number. Step 3, bang her out. And then there's some step 2 that I don't know yet. Just trying to bridge that gap, right? Probably not, but fuck it, maybe, I don't know. So, I'm thinking this out, and I realize that she's been talking at me for like 3 minutes. I don't know what the fuck she just said. And it's my turn to talk words back at her. That's the social contract. Thomas Paine or somebody said that. So I say yes, because that's a really easy word that works 50% of the time by definition. I spit that out at her, and she looks at me funny, but keeps talking, so I was like, but unfortunately it doesn't get better than that. So that happens for like 10 more minutes, until somebody finally lets us in. Thank God. And I get inside of the survey building, but then I realized that we're going to the same place because we're both doing the survey. And now there's an added level of complexity, something that normal people won't think of, because for normal people it doesn't matter. But it matters for me because I'm not in shape. It's stairs. Stairs, right? Now I have to climb these goddamn stairs. Now I'm giving her one-word answers, and in between I'm just breathing unacceptably hard. I try to play it off. Most people just not like draw attention to it, but I, hope she assumes I have asthma or some other physical debilitation that makes it okay. And I'm just like, no, it's this backpack that I have. It's the extra, you gotta crunch your core and your legs are in the fucking backpack, right? And she just looks at me because what do you do when somebody says they're out of breath because of the backpack? Like, that was probably best case scenario. And so finally we get to the survey building and I eat food, and that's basically like Popeye with spinach, except way less healthy, but I'm feeling good is the point, right? I'm back in this. I'm feeling all right. I lied to some bitch for an hour, and we're parked right next to each other, so we're walking, and I'm like, fuck it, man, I'm back in this, right? And I'm talking. For every word she spits at me, there's like 2 coming out of my mouth back at her, like, yeah, fuck you, I can talk too, right? We get to the stairs, I'm like, fuck you, I'm going downstairs now. I'm in it again, and I'm talking to her, and she's got to be a little bit interested, because the conversation's just getting fucking weird. Like, shit that doesn't matter unless you're trying to draw out a conversation. Like, what are you studying, and where do you live? What's your mom's maiden name? Like, why would you want to know that? That means the rest of your life at all. But I tell her, because she asked me, and anyway, we're talking now, and I'm thinking, all right, man, you've got to ask for a number, right? This is it. You're never going to see this chick again. And so, I'm thinking about how to do this without being awkward, right? And the short answer is I don't come to a conclusion, because it's either me or it's the act of asking for a number from a complete stranger, but something about this was going to be awkward, right? And I'm like, well, you can't just fucking do that. Plan B. And plan B is to cut off the conversation immediately and leave. So I go with secret option B and cut off the conversation, but once again, the stop process happened while she's speaking words at me. So I say I have to go in the middle of her sentence. It is getting uncomfortable, especially because I have not unlocked my bike. I unlocked my fucking bike while she just stares at me, trying to consider what just happened. But clearly she's more attractive than me. Like, there's no proportion here. This ugly dude just broke off a conversation with her. And so I finally unlocked my bike and ride away and never look back. What else can you do in that situation? But there's a good ending, because when we did the survey, we had to write our names for a consent form. And I paid attention, right? Because I looked at her name and it said Facebook. That's my secret plan D or whatever the fuck, right? So I remember her name, and I get home and go on Facebook, and add her. But I don't add her because I fucking forgot how to spell it because I'm worthless. I don't add her. But then I have a friend who knows of her who also doesn't even have her as a mutual friend. But 3 days later he finds her for me, and so I add her 3 days later, like, hey, remember me? I'm the survey guy that just left really awkwardly. And she says no, because obviously she doesn't fucking remember me. But that's, you know, that's pretty close to sex, so.